Hello everyone, this is Dr. Victoria Scarbo speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. And I'm going to do a reading on Ivanka Trump. Today is the 25th? Yes, the 25th. It's a Friday of January 2019. I have a couple of intense weeks there with the eclipses and the government shutdown. Things in America are not looking good. Let's see how Ivanka's doing. Last time I did a reading on her cards were terrible. Terrible. I felt kind of bad for her because they were so terrible. So let's see how she's doing now. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So there's a change of fortune for her. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. So let's see what's crossing that. Karma. So she is being held, karma, she is being held, it's the Justice card in other decks. And so justice is pressing down on her. Okay, let's continue and see, because I'm still, there's a change of fortune. It could very well be that she loses her money. But her cards have been so terrible that a change of fortune could be good. But I think from the outside, things seem... they seem dire for her, but nothing's really changed for her as far as her financial situation. So this may be a reversal to the negative for her because of justice coming down on her. Okay, so we have the Ten of Wands, the burden bearer. This is, Ten of Swords, excuse me. That's right, this is the Sword card. So this is the end, a death, so to speak. But there is a rebirth energy in this card as well. But it's definitely, it is coming down, and it's coming down hard for her. Okay, let's see what's in the past. Yeah, she's been doing a lot of suffering emotionally. I think this might be one of the reasons why we don't really see her, because she likes to, keep that facade up, and I don't really even think she can do that. She's in such a place right now. Let's see what's in the sky. Waking up. So she's waking up. She's waking up to the reality of her situation. She could also be having some sort of spiritual awakening. Often in times it takes utter destruction for people who live the lifestyle that she does to have a spiritual awakening. Let's see what's in the immediate future. We have the Ace of Cups. So that's actually a new beginning, a new emotional beginning coming for her. How it's seen from the outside. This is the Six of Cups. This is the marriage card. This is actually a pretty positive card. Her domestic situation. Okay, this is getting better for her. The Seven of Earth or the Seven of Pentacles. She's still working. This is somebody who, even if she loses everything with the Trump administration, the Trump organization, I think she's got some other stuff in the... she has some other stuff that she's working on that is separate from that. Hopes and fears. Okay, we get the Hermit card, so she wants to stay hidden. And the outcome. We have the Brother of Earth. This could be Don Jr. He is a Capricorn. Well, let's see what else comes up. See if we can get a major arcana. Okay, the High Priestess. So this is about knowing stuff and keeping silent. It's a powerful female card. Let's see what's underneath the reading. The Ace of Pentacles. So it looks as though she really is, there is a real change. She's really at a loss. But this loss is actually, in a way, the path to a new life for her. And perhaps she gets to follow her own what makes her happy as opposed to pleasing her father and what makes her father happy. And ultimately, it looks like she's going to have some power, if not necessarily earthly power, but spiritual power. And I've always thought that she was the most spiritually evolved of the Trumps anyway. Um, so it looks as though she's for her most of the suffering is behind her, and now she's looking to the future and how best to move forward. Okay, so that's Ivanka. Let's look at Donnie Jr. and I'll use this deck here, the Rider-Waite, and let's see how Don Jr. is doing. He's faring. Okay, we have the family money. So he's surrounded by the family money still. So I feel like where Ivanka has started to move off and do her own thing and perhaps make her own money. It helps that she married somebody who's rich, right, to do that. Let's see what's crossing it. Work not yet completed. Let's see what that means. Let's see what's at the root. Happiness. Oh, maybe he is trying to do his own thing here. Maybe he's trying to do his own thing. Let's see what's in the past. Indecision. In the sky. Rest. This could be jail. This could be jail time for him, or some sort of if they don't actually put him in jail, they might do some sort of where he's got the anklet and he can't leave the premises and he can only do certain things, very restricted that way in the future. So this is dirty tricks. This is so he's still doing his he's still playing the game. He's still playing the game the way his father taught him to play the game. He has not divested from that. And I don't really follow him. I quite honestly, if I didn't have to follow a single one of them, it would be fine with me. But I know that when his father says something, he'll usually say something even more horrible on Twitter or Instagram, whatever it is that he uses, to sort of drive it home. Like, yes, my father said this, and I'm going to say something even worse. I don't know if you want to aspire to that, Donnie Jr. Seen from the outside, we have the Hierophant. That means that's the government on his tail. Domestic situation, I think he's drinking. He's celebrating. I feel like he's Nero fiddling while Rome burns kind of idea here. Hopes and fears, chaos. He wants to continue to see chaos. Again, his father's son. The outcome, abandonment, being left. I think eventually he's going to realize that this whole way of doing things is a dead end somehow. Let's see what else comes up. The moon. Okay, he's not good. He's not well. He's not emotionally well. He's delusional, a little bit delusional, which surprises me because he's a Capricorn. Capricorns generally are have their feet on the ground. I'm trying to remember what his moon is in, though. I'd have to look. I'm curious now. I'll have to look. Because this deals, the moon deals with your emotions. The sun is just sort of like your persona and how you sort of face life. And Capricorn, as a sun in Capricorn, he can repress his emotions, and then they end up sort of eating him alive. So let's see what's underneath. Okay, we have the Victory card. I think he's going to continue to tell himself the story. He's going to continue the story, albeit fake, of his father's rise and what he's contributed in all that stuff. I don't think that he's going to get it. I think he's going to live in this fantasy world for as long as he can. And who knows, he could live there for a long time. People do. I mean, you hear about these dictators that, kill thousands of people. Now, I'm not saying this is him. That guy was that guy from the Khmer Rouge there. And he was 90 and he was still alive. And he was, he never really saw what he did. He never accepted the evil. So, that looks like Donnie Jr. So of the two, it looks like Ivanka is doing more suffering in the moment because she's more connected to what's real, and that's going to give her an opportunity to be sort of reborn into something, whereas Don Jr. is just sort of sticking with it, and I feel like he's going to get held accountable. But I don't know if he'll ever see the inside of a jail cell. I don't know about that. Should just take his Twitter or whatever that is away, his ability to communicate to the outside world. That might be enough of a prison to him. All right, well, that's what the Trump kids are doing right now. I never ask about Eric. Should I? Quickly, let's ask about Eric. I never ask about him. Let's see what's up with him. All I can say is Baron and Tiffany are probably the lucky ones in this family because they're not really involved at all. Okay, we have, this way. So he's hanging around his mother, Ivana. He gets a lot of solace from Ivana. I've always felt that. I just felt like he's a little bit of a mama's boy. Not in a bad way either. Okay, let's see the crossing card. I think he also has a very powerful wife. So he depends on the women in his life. So he feels like he's stuck. He feels like he can't say anything. He feels like he can't move. I think that's probably what he's asking his mother advice about. Let's see what's at the bottom of this. So he just continues to work and doing what he's doing. Kind of quietly, I think, behind the scenes, although it could be the fact that he's not being quiet. I'm just not listening, which is possible. In the past, we have the battle-weary soldier. Let's see in the sky. The Emperor. That's interesting, the Emperor. I'm going to leave that there. I don't know if that's his father or not in the future. Okay. Hope. He has hope in the future. How it's seen from the outside, that he doesn't really do anything. Domestic situation, he's trying to find financial balance in that. Hopes and fears that he'll still have financial opportunities. Hi, baby. Excuse my cat's wants to come up. He might come up anyway. And the Strength card. So it looks like he's doing okay, considering. And we have the Four of Wands underneath. So I guess of all the kids, he seems to be the most do I want to say the least involved. In part, he's the least involved because he's the most afraid, but that might not be a bad thing for him, ultimately, because he does get the Strength card. And I feel like he has a lot of very strong women around him, and that's helpful to him. They kind of mother him. But I do think this is Trump above him. And he kind of looms large. He kind of looms large in his life. Okay, well, that's what I see for the Trump kids. I hope you enjoy the video. Like and subscribe. Oh, this is Charlie. He had to come up and see his mama. Good boy. All right, I'm going to get going. All right, there goes Charlie. Take care. Bye.